Venezuela is a basket case. Venezuela is a country that was 4 times richer in 2013 than it is now. This was a homegrown disaster, the consequence of a horrible regime that has taken people's freedoms away and has destroyed the economy. The best thing that can happen to Venezuela and the world is for the current dictatorship to leave and to allow the will of the people to manifest itself as expressed in the elections that happened on July 28th of last year. In those elections, which were severely biased in favor of the government lost by 40 points, and it lost in every single state of Venezuela, and it lost in 90% of its 335 municipalities. And not only was the society able to organize against the government in those elections, they were able to prove that those were the results. If Venezuela is allowed to make this political transition, the benefits for the world will be huge. It's not unthinkable for Venezuela to go back to be 4 times richer than it is now. So Venezuela could become a really prosperous place. Historically, Venezuela had been a country of immigration, not a country of outmigration. It's easy to imagine that it would become a place where Venezuelans would want to go back and where other people would want to participate in the reconstruction of Venezuela. Diplomatic pressure has been present, but insufficient. If Maduro's options are to either stay and enjoy absolute power or leave, he'd rather stay. So it is really important that his options be restricted so that leaving becomes his best option. This is not a repetition of the mistakes that were made in Iraq, where the armed forces were disbanded and the government was disbanded. The idea is that the armed forces of Venezuela are going to assure the stability of the country, but those armed forces have to be brought under the Constitution to support a democratically elected government. What needs to happen is a fracture of the structure of government where the top leaves and the rest stay under democratic control. This is going to prevent a civil war. A civil war needs 2 armed sides, and in Venezuela there are no 2 armed sides because the Venezuelan opposition has been peaceful. It's not about general pressures on the country, it's about pressures at the top and negotiate the departure of the top and a transition to a democratic regime that Venezuelans have already chosen.